Yeah, Dontom one. Now we got one.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the African hip-hop star, Dontom, to one of Africa. Check him out.
Live. All of them I know the talk. Talk your name.
Yeah. We got J Tom in the building, and we got manager Davin in the building. Davy Banks in the building. Yeah.
And also this guy.
I got the five magic finger, the killer DJ.
All right, live at the Smart DJ Academy. Here we are, the students. So, any question? First. No question. You?
I want to ask, you being in the music industry and singing, how has it been? Like, is it that easy to do things that are not into music?
The thing is that the music industry, it's first of all, a very, 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 very challenging industry. The fact is you don't choose music decides to choose you. You understand? Some of us are going into music. It's not like we didn't have options or better things to do in our life, but we got influenced by the talent that's given to us by God. And at the end of the day, you realize that the talent that you're given take a possession of your soul and your spirit, the totality of your being. Even when you try to do other things with your life, you realize that it becomes like everything becomes impossible without music. So that's why most people drop out of school to face music, and it seems like they are crazy and all that. You know, for you to have a dreadlocks when everybody's having a normal hair, you should know that it's some level of insanity. You understand? So it's a gift from God, first of all. So as a gift, it takes all over your system. You have no choice but to face it. Even in the midst of the difficulties, the challenges, you understand, because sometimes you have to live the life of a psychologist. You have to know what the people out there in the streets will want to hear. You have to know what kind of beats they want to listen to. You're more of a psychologist. You want to know what is it that if I drop at this moment, people are just going to be dancing around to it. You understand? So when you realize it, you go to the studio from area of voice training to production to recording to releasing of the song, mixing and mastering, promotions and all that. It's a very, very challenging industry. But what keeps you on is the passion that is given to you by God. So it's a very, very challenging industry.
All right, two more questions. We don't have time. Who's the next person? Oh yeah, your name?
My name is DJ Township. Now, the question I have for you is, the how's the fun for song, but I don't have no head of the important song for now. So what's happening?
What the quietness is predicated on the fact that, you know, I was with theme. You understand? When you start music fully, first of all, you get into some contracts, and if the contract is not favorable enough, you have to find a way to terminate the contract so you can get all that chance of doing better music. So sometimes you may sign up a contract that may end up killing your career as an artist. You understand? So it's not like the contract wasn't that too bad, but I was with the wrong team, and it influenced my career negatively in the sense that we were not really getting the result of most of the good jobs that we've been doing. So at the end of the day, I decided to terminate the contract in 2011. 2012, I had most of my events because my work broke into French Africa and the rest of Europe. So for the past 2 years now, most of my activity has been in France. You understand? I play most of my events in Europe, and I drop works online. I guess you've heard Ethiopia. You've heard recently I dropped Bolingo, I dropped Arabanco. You understand? The fact is because I operate with my new team right now. We've not established a formidable force here in Nigeria, so most of our works are online and in Europe. That's
all right, the last question. Who is that? Who's coming up with the next question? Your name?
I'm DJ Mulaki Stoji. But I'm kind of ask you, what is your advice for an upcoming artist? What is the person supposed to do and how is he supposed to do his stuff?
My advice for upcoming artists is this. You must first of all understand that music is first of all the love, the passion. If you don't have a talent, you have to be sincere to yourself. That music, it's not about fun. You know, most upcoming artists want to come into music industry because they heard P-Square bought a house in Lekki, Flavor bought a house somewhere. When they come in, they see the kind of girls that wants to die for the artist and the kind of clothes the artist put on. You feel because that it's a very trivial thing, and you think, oh, it's a very interesting business. But the truth about the matter is, no matter how interesting you think it is, if you don't have a talent, what we mean by talent is, if you're not yet convinced, because your talent must first of all convince your environment. First of all, from your friends, from your church, from the joints you used to play. You understand? Most people don't want to sacrifice. They've not sown their seeds. They just want to come out and become a star. You understand? So my advice for the upcoming is, first of all, you all have to be sure that you have a genuine talent. You're not coming because you think you want to come and make money. Because many people that came into the business because they want to come and make money, they failed. You understand? So first of all, you have to be sure the talent is there first. Secondly, you have to understand that it is also a business. You understand? Because you're not going to spend like 10 years of your life doing something that cannot feed you or take care of your family. So if you understand that it's a business, you have to transform it from the level of fun to level of business. Understand that the same song you're singing is a product that must sell. You understand? So when you discover that you have a talent, you have a good song that is able to sell, you don't first of all start by looking for sponsors. You first of all start by training yourself and become a competitive brand, because it's a highly competitive industry. So if you are a competitive brand, you're able to create something that, when they say a star is a star, not just because it shines. A star is a star because it turns other stars to make candle. So if your work is strong enough in your community, let's say you live around the neighborhood will first feel the star in you. When they feel the star in you, the community will feel the star in you. If the community feel the star in you, the state will feel the star in you. The state feel the star in you. The nation will feel you before Africa and the rest of the world starts feeling you. You understand? So when you are convinced you have a talent and you are able to sing and you are able to do songs that will catch attention, the next thing is the artist should now look for a way, even if you have to push trucks or be a carpenter, anything you can do that will give you some income, because you need income. You understand? You need income. First of all, I don't encourage artists to drop out of school because you feel you have a talent. First of all, I'm a graduate. I read mass communication and advertising in school. I did some job with the media before now. Even during my NYC, I served in a TV house and a radio station. So it's not like because you're doing music, you want to drop out of school and all that. If the music disappoints you, you should have a plan B. So most artists don't have plan B for their life. At the end of the day, if the music fails, you don't have a life. You understand? My encouragement to upcoming artists, number two, you must have a source of income. Even if it's selling in a shop or maybe a little thing that gives you money, so you can be able to record your songs. You understand? So you'll be able to record your songs. If you're able to record your songs, the next step is record with professional hands. Don't work with mediocres. I worked with about 4 producers. If I want to get from Whisper, it's only an easy production. I think we spend nothing less than 150,000 or 200,000 to make a production, a track. You understand? When you work with a whack producer, you get a whack production. You understand? Your mixing and mastering must be strong enough to shake the clubs. The DJs, you are DJs, you already know. If an upcoming artist gives you something that cannot make the girls shake, he's going to slow down the speed of the fun. You understand? So when you have a good song, it's not about money, it's about a good song. When the song is good, it will attract investors. People will hear the song somewhere. Someone will hear. After all, when I didn't have a dime. You understand? It was somebody who heard it on the street and said, oh, man, this song should go. He first brought in the 20,000, first brought in the 30,000, the 100,000. Before you know it, 200,000 came. Before people start feeling the song. You understand? So that is why every upcoming artist should work more on having hit songs than looking for sponsors. When you have that good song, the sponsors will come. You understand? Because every businessman wants to make more money. You understand? So my final encouragement to upcoming artists, it's not showbiz of business in Nigeria today. It's no more a child's play. It's no more a gamble that you can just dive in and feel there's money you want to make, or else you spend a little one you have and you're not going to achieve anything. So if you're sure you have the talent, you're sure you can be able to get there, the sky becomes a stepping stone. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, voice of. Okay.